What's up, guys? It's me. It's JTB. Welcome to the JTB&Co podcast, where it's me. I bring in a couple of my friends, and we just talk, and we bring you in, and we make you feel like you're part of my friend group, so you can get to know me, a couple of my friends better, and maybe they make an appearance on the base channel and a few of my other videos, so you get to know them before then. Today's guest, one of my closer friends, former teammate of mine. We might get into that. We might not. I hope not, because I'm pretty sure we'll dox ourselves. Caleb. Say hi,
What's
Caleb.
going on? What's going on?
How you
Oh,
been?
well,
Horribly
uh,
pissed off because I've been trying to sync this for like 20 minutes.
well, that's not even it. Just stuck in quarantine,
Eh,
just living. But I'm all right. How's how's it been on the YouTube side of things?
uh, it's okay. There are days. You got times with things. Sometimes things just don't work out. You get hyped up for videos and they don't perform. Little things. It's all good. Thankfully, I haven't felt that in a long time. I'm hype. I'm excited. I'm always looking forward to what's next, and I think we found what's next. How about you? You think this is next?
I mean, who doesn't love a good podcast, right? Um, this is an honor to be on here with you, JT.
Thank you. Hopefully, the market isn't oversaturated and we're just going to kill ourselves, but we'll see. We'll do it live,
I think it'll be fun.
except not live. The upload will be live. I'll be checking the numbers like a freaking madman. My analytics mind will be going insane to see how this goes in comparison to everything else. So, should be fun.
Well, speaking of analytics,
Hmm.
um, you said you'd be checking it a lot.
Yeah.
If when this goes up, how often do you do that with your videos? Are you pretty eager
Um.
to check?
Um. Here's something that's a bit more, I guess, background. People will only know this if they've uploaded a video. You kind of get set in the sense that it takes you 3 hours to see a lot of your stats because it has to compile them for you. It might be different if you're a bigger YouTuber. I don't know. But for me, between the upload and me actually looking and seeing, I can see the views, I can see the likes, I can see the comments, but the more nitty gritty, the stuff that my data motivated mind sometimes just gets really excited about, that usually takes 3 hours to get that. So the audience retention is the main thing I look at in comparison with the views. Audience retention it tells me whether or not people actually like what's going on or whether they're giving me fan service, which sometimes they sort of do. But I kind of focus on that and everything else.
All right. So
I just said everything else like there is anything else. There's nothing else. It's just likes, views, and comments and audience retention. Maybe just maybe I'll peek at the demographic stuff, but I haven't done that in a few months now. I'm kind of over it, to be honest.
well, started it back in November. This whole YouTube channel you've been trying to grow.
Right.
I've personally tried to start a YouTube channel, but that was I was a 15-year-old kid. You're an adult. So
I'm something. I'm not sure if it's an adult yet. It's something.
you're a specimen. What? Because when I started it, I was watching YouTubers, watching all these different channels, taking inspiration from them. It looked fun to be a YouTuber for a living, and I was like, oh, I'll start early, get rich, and that didn't work out. Look where I am now, and in school
To get rich.
still to try, but just try to get a career. You know how it goes. But
Yeah.
what was at what point did you say that's not a bad idea? Let me do it. Let me try it.
I don't think there was ever the idea of this is a good this will backfire. This isn't a terrible idea. I think it was more of, you know what, this sounds fun. I'll give it a shot. We'll see where we go. Um, it was probably like you said, channel started in November, but if you look at when the channel was made, it was October, I believe, probably mid October. Um, the idea to do the channel probably came in August. So August of 2020, July of 2020. Kind of out of that desire to just talk, to do something. 2020 is going to go down in history as the year the world did fuck all, and you just sat and hoped someone close to you didn't die. So, that was fun. Out of that, just sitting at home, wanting to talk to everybody. Like, I haven't talked to, not talking to the boys. You kind of get into that swing of things where you're kind of used to talking to certain people often, and just the way things have gone with COVID and everything else, you kind of fall off the wagon, and it's like, I want to talk to people. I remember back when I didn't hate people. Let's talk to some people.
Little backstory for anyone who doesn't know us, which I don't know if that's gonna be a very big audience right now, but
well, I've had a couple people who have. I've gotten a couple comments, which is like, oh, okay. So there are some people who are gonna hear this who don't know who the hell we are.
So, me and JT, we both went to high school together. We went to middle school.
Right. Met in middle school, 6th grade.
7th grade.
7th grade? Really?
I didn't know you in 6th grade. 7th grade, I thought you were a complete douchebag. Be honest, that's a different story.
Half right.
But went to high school and stuff, and we were in a lot of classes. Right. Known each other a while. We have pretty much the same friend group. Similar interests and stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's a little backstory, and that I kind of needed that for the question. So so back when we were in high school, senior year, 2nd semester before school's closed.
Careful.
Did you ever think about doing a YouTube channel? Was that ever on your mind?
Maybe once or twice I thought about doing something like this, connecting with an audience, entertaining, really. Just kind of getting people out of what's going on in their lives and just into something better, just for a little while, just to help them turn off whatever's stressing them, to just relax. Look, here's something different. Here's a distraction, and hopefully I'm good enough to distract from what's going on.
Okay, and so you had a couple thoughts before. Before, we were gonna be sent home for 2 weeks, and then it just the whole rest of the year. So I'm
my
guessing
coaching career died right in front of my eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different story.
And it's a fun one. We'll get there one day.
So you'd say that quarantine, just everyone being in, sped up that, or caused you to think more about the YouTube channel and to maybe speed up taking action on it. And you got to late August, and people are stuck in quarantine still. They've been in quarantine since March.
Right.
So you'd say that was kind of a big motivation to make a YouTube channel for you, to maybe get you something to do, and then give people something to do, to watch, to entertain. Would you say that quarantine sped it up?
I would say it indirectly did, in a way. I feel like, at least part of my mind feels like making a channel and doing all this was an inevitability.
So you're saying no matter what, you would have done it
at some point. I certainly don't think it would have been this early. I think it would have been more of in my mid to late 20s, not right now, as young as I am. But you know what? I'll take a shot at anything. The opportunity presented itself. It became what was the best decision at the time, and I just went with it at a time.
So how'd you start off? And that's I know that's a broad question.
Yeah, can you narrow that down a bit? You say, how did I start?
Well, I want to know how you started. I got the part of why you started, and the reasoning for it.
Right.
But how'd you go about doing it? Did you just do some online shopping, buy capture card, look into different resources? What'd you do?
it started off that I got the capture card. I got my headset. Uh, HyperX Cloud Stinger Alpha. I don't know. HyperX Cloud Stinger, $60 headset. Nice. It's reliable. Mic sounds good, as you can tell. It sounds decent at least. Um, capture card was $20. It's a give and take, but it's something to start with. When it comes to what I've used for recording, I feel like I've gone through a mini metamorphosis in of itself there. I've always used GIMP for my thumbnails. Always used GIMP. I've watched a couple of YouTubers who do art stuff, and GIMP is what he used. So I went ahead, and it was free, so that was the main motivator. I don't need to spend money on it. It was professional quality. He does professional stuff with it. So I went ahead and I got GIMP. That's always been there. The original logo, any logo I've made, any channel banner. So if anyone remembers the original logo, the original channel banner, and all those, the current one included, those were all on GIMP. Every single thing. That's all GIMP. When it comes to video capture, I started with the default capture software that came with the capture card. I used that for the first two videos. So Madden 20 episode 1 and Cast of Illusion episodes 1 and 2, because that was all the first recording session. And then from there I went to another, I can't even remember the name of the software, another software that was decent, but then it started putting, it had a free trial attached to it I didn't know about, and it started putting watermarks on stuff. So I got rid of that before I uploaded a single one with a watermark on
All right,
it.
I'm gonna stop you right here. So you're going a little past where you started. This is like while you were
Right. Well, it's still the beginning.
like as a channel.
This is all the
Well,
first
yeah.
month.
Well, I mean, this is like your channel's still technically in the beginning. It's less than a year, less than half a year actually. So kind of to summarize, you got a headset with a mic,
Right.
you
And
got a
then
capture
crappy,
card,
crappy capture card.
um,
Bottom of the
you
line
got
editing software.
some editing software. What do you play your games on?
What do I play my games on? PS4 Pro, Mini Sega Genesis, Mini NES. Any?
You
Go ahead, shoot.
got a PS4 Pro?
Yeah, I got a Pro. Why not? It was the end of console generation. Go big or go home.
That's true. That's true. I respect that. Personally, I'm an Xbox guy, but I know you've been playing PS3 for a while, PlayStation, and stuff like that. I don't know how you started off.
Uh-huh.
So after that, you go into a YouTube channel. Did you have a plan on what you were doing, or do you still not have a plan if you didn't have a plan before, or do you
Plan
know where you want the channel to go? Because I know you changed your name from
the branding.
JTB Plays Games to
Right.
JTB Variety because
Right.
you want to do more stuff.
Right. It was always that idea of. At first, it was I want to do gaming, but I don't want to do just one game. I don't want to get stuck in that rut of one game. And then as I found as I played some games, and I kind of started watching YouTube a little more and what my favorite YouTubers were doing, I recognized that what they were doing wasn't gaming anymore. That I was enjoying and that I was keeping up with. It was more of the other things they were doing that was expanding upon their personality and their branding. And I figured after doing a couple of the Reddit reactions that it was fun and I wanted to continue that, but I didn't want I didn't want to open that door to this is a gaming channel. Why are you doing this? This should be a separate channel, sort of thing. So I figured I'd go ahead and nip it in the bud, kill the snake in its egg, rebrand early on while I'm still small, rather than trying to fight the uphill battle of a rebrand as established brand. So I figured that was best for the long term of the channel and everything from there.
So you're clearly a variety YouTuber now.
I try.
So you're doing Reddit reactions.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a little sprinkle of gaming here and there.
Right.
And you're doing gaming news.
Right.
And
GIF.
Yeah.
You sound like you
Actually,
don't like that character.
I do want to ask you about him later, but
Yeah, sure.
The question right now, if I can remember it, was what do you think's on the what's on the horizon
What's on the
next?
horizon?
Like, are you gonna cancel any? Like, are you gonna cancel Reddit reactions, gaming
Nothing.
news, and change to something else, or are you just gonna keep adding stuff? And if so, like, what are you thinking about
Um,
adding?
if I add anything, um, other than this, it's going to be something that it's going to have a lot of passion behind it from the start. I'm not really at a position, I think, where I can really take a risk and potentially divide my viewership more. I kind of want to stay with what I have and maybe expanding upon it to go into things that are the same-ish, if that makes sense. Like maybe doing different types of games. I've already tried to do some different stuff that didn't quite work, but kind of going with those same ideas and putting them to other things and just seeing what works. I'm just going to take a shot at whatever comes to mind. Hell, we came up with this idea in about 20 minutes. So, you know, whatever happens happens.
Well, let me preface this.
Hmm.
Um,
Probably best to do so.
this whole podcast idea, right?
Uh-huh. It was your
Um,
idea. Hold on, let me put that out there. His idea, not mine. He told me
it
the idea was a
was
great idea. I
it
took it.
was my idea for JT to do a podcast, and I based that off of the fact that he likes sports and he did like commentating on stuff.
I can still do
And
that. It's just the one I tried got insta copyright claimed.
well, I'm not even talking about the time you made a YouTube video. I'm talking about just from knowing you,
Yeah,
just personally.
yeah.
Just like, and I know we talked about this before, like how it sounds like kind of a jerk thing to say, but saying like you like to talk.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not meaning it as in a bad way. And you said like,
No.
yeah, like,
Because I
because
know you,
I'm your
it's not a bad thing. If some random stranger
yeah,
walked up to me and was like, "You like to talk," I'm gonna be like, "Shit, I'm a dick."
yeah.
Thanks.
Well, you'd probably think
An
they're
asshole?
kind of
Yes.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like you if someone likes sports, you can have a very long conversation with them. And even I don't follow sports that heavy, but me and you can have a conversation on sports that you know
And other
good
things.
good conversation, yeah, and other things because we shared experiences, and we
Hmm.
can talk about. We got a lot of content we can talk about. We got a lot of
We
experiences in
do.
high school together. We can talk about, and we
Well,
can bring some
let's not
other
make it
people
sound like we
on.
were doing crazy shit. We weren't.
Well, we weren't, but like stuff happened.
The most plain Jane vanilla kind of stuff.
Some stuff's funny. You look back at it, maybe some exaggeration, but I forgot what I was gonna ask you next. But I mean, we let's dive into one of the
One of
more
the
interesting
okay.
parts of your YouTube channel, which is um your alter ego.
The alter
Um,
egos plural
well, your main alter ego, like
for now.
Jeff.
He changed his
Um,
name to Jeff. JEPHF. Jeff. Yes. Apologies
yeah,
if the
him.
voice doesn't sound all the way. My throat's dry.
Um,
Yeah. What about him?
well, what do you mean? What about him?
Yeah.
You came out of nowhere. What made you?
What made me
What
want to
made
do it?
you? What made you
Voice acting's great.
decide that?
I'm not even at my end game with Jeff. Jeff hasn't even reached his final form.
Is Jeff gonna appear on anything other than gaming news?
I don't know.
Because with a voice like that, you can get oversaturated with that person, and you don't want to
Yeah.
hear them anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
I edit the things. I'm aware.
yeah, and of course you're the one doing it, so
Yeah. So there's only so long I can hold the voice before it falls apart, which has happened. I think in the first gaming video, Jeff's voice broke and turned into 3 different voices. Yeah.
So do you have any plans on putting him in any other like videos, any other style of videos that you're doing that's not like the gaming
Um.
news?
I think if I ever put him or any other character anywhere else, it's going to be for a reason. It's going to be for a storytelling purpose. But for right now, I don't have anything like that on my mind. So as of right now, he's going to be exclusive to gaming news, mainly because I can't think of something, and secondarily, just like you've mentioned, A voice like that gets irritating pretty freaking quick.
Yeah, it does. That's for sure. So this is actually interesting um,
Line of thought and
interesting question.
conversation.
I'm
Okay.
gonna ask you because you said that you might incorporate him in other videos, but you don't know how.
Right.
Earlier, you talked about well, still talking about Jeff. You
Hmm.
talked about you kind of like voice acting.
Right. I've always followed voice acting as a kid. Um,
So with Jeff, you're obviously experimenting with voice acting,
right.
seeing like what you can do.
Oh,
And
oh, there's videos
seeing
showing what I can do. The entire Colonel Sanders trilogy is showing what I can do, and it
I'm gonna be
is.
honest, I didn't watch the entire trilogy. I watched the first episode, and the game was too weird for me. I'll be honest. I'm
Yeah,
a fake fan. Call me what you want, but
dude. No one watched the second and third one. I think they each have 3 views, maybe 1 view. It's like Crash Bandicoot episodes 4 and 5. Only one person watched those fucking things, and it might have been
that's
you.
a good amount of your videos right now.
Yeah,
Um,
it's one
but
of those that's gonna stay that way, though. I imagine it's out there.
but
Eat
um,
Maxwell.
okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
too far.
Uh,
Yeah, I can do that too.
but talking about trying to incorporate Jeff into something
Right.
different. Now, I'm not saying you incorporate Jeff into what I'm about to bring up, but it's just an idea. And I know I've commented and mentioned it a couple times.
Mhm.
Skits. You say you like voice acting. Um, you got an orange wig. You could probably make some other different characters with that. What do you feel about using skits since you
Well,
you mentioned you like voice acting and you can do a lot of stuff
right.
in a skit with different voices. What do you feel about like how do you feel about it? Would you do it? Would you try it?
I would need to have a premise. It would have to be a premise that I could find interesting and delve into and add my own spin on. It would have to be something that I can really take and make mine in my own version of whatever it is. When it comes to, I don't take. This is probably because I've um, another like when it comes to Jeff having that identifying feature of the orange wig. That's kind of something I got from Markiplier with Wilford Warfstache, who has pink is his thing. If you see pink, it doesn't even have to be. It's a pink mustache. That's it. A simple pink mustache gives you entire character and gives you their entire, and you think of their entire personality. They're marketed around the one thing being a pink mustache. So with the orange wig, that's going to be sort of Jeff's thing. I don't want to bring that to anyone else. That's going to be his unique thing. So in order for me to do something with other characters, I would have to get things that I could use to make their identifying feature so you could tell simply by looking who was talking and who the character was. But it's really hard to create a character. You don't just
Yeah,
you
I
got
I
yeah,
understand that. So you're taking it serious.
right.
Um, would you say you're taking it serious in a sense that you can see yourself, your channel, maybe partnered with YouTube? Do you think are you taking it serious enough that you'd get to that point?
I hope so. Um, of course,
So
with the channel, of course, there's not just with the channel. There's not just the channel. If that makes sense. There's also my branding, my brand, which is associated with the channel. Because you have JTB Variety and you have JTB as a separate person. So you have two separate things to market there, I guess it sort of makes sense. Two separate things to maintain. And because I think long term, I'm a long term thinker. I'm always looking forward. I'm always looking towards the future. What can I do? How can this help me later on? So I've been looking to partnership from day one.
how long do you think it'll take you to get there?
I don't know. You never know. You can have a video just explode, just out of nowhere, and then you just gain traction, and it can just sort of happen. There's no reason for it to, but it just happens. So
Hmm.
you can never predict these things. Hell, YouTube could collapse and all the servers could die tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, since you're consistently uploading YouTube videos. I know you want to get to a point where you're taking an income. I know
Of
that would
course.
definitely be nice. You talking about how videos just randomly explode.
Right.
So if you look at videos that have just randomly exploded,
Right.
they're the most random things.
Yeah.
So whenever you're making a video or coming up with ideas for a video, are you thinking like, could this blow up? Does
No.
this have the factor to blow up?
No.
Why not?
I'm just worried about doing what I think will find entertaining. Um, I think of it in the sense of it's not up to me. It's up to me to make the content. It's not up to me whether the content is successful. That's up to other people. That's up to not just other people. That's up to the algorithm. That's up to however that's programmed, however that works. That determines that. Whether or not people like it, whether or not people tell it to other people, whether or not those people like it, whether or not those people tell it to other people. That chain reaction of variables there is what determines success in a video, an explosion of popularity. I can't determine that, so I don't worry about that. I just worry about what I can control. And that's just making a good video, making the best video that I can, and uploading the best video I can.
Well, playing the devil's advocate here, kind of. You said you're making videos for other people to enjoy.
Right.
Viral videos that just blow up, people enjoy.
Right.
So I feel like, if I was in your shoes, trying to grow the channel to do something, to make a channel bigger than the one you have. Currently, at this moment, you have 11 subscribers.
Yep. Good old Denny Hamlin number. Yeah.
Well, right now, when I'm not in your spot, I'm questioning why you wouldn't try to make a viral video if viral videos are stuff people enjoy.
Longevity. Simple. Longevity. Um, you can list videos. It's like the one-hit wonder thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? One-hit wonders
Yeah.
become trivia questions. Successes become well-known. They become common knowledge. Who wants to be a trivia question? Who wants to be an answer, a statistic? Just another number. That sucks. That's kind of the difference there. And those people, they didn't make those videos expecting them to blow up either. But once they did, and it was either they carried off the popularity of that video, or they didn't, and they drowned in the ocean of views and videos that other videos. Yeah, they drowned in the ocean of videos that were uploaded following in the days, months, years following. Is what it is.
Well, you can't argue that it didn't help them
In the short
having a
term,
video blow up.
sure, I'm sure it did in the short term. I'm sure in the short term everything looked great, but since I do look at things long term, it's like if I do have a video blow up, I don't want to have a video blow up on something that's so far out of left field that I'm never going to do it again, because that's not going to be a sustainable growth. All those people that came in are just going to leave and move on to the next thing.
Well, if you think about it, if you have a video that blows up,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people come in, and
Right.
then you start making your normal videos. A lot of people leave,
Right.
but statistically, you'll still have more people stay than you did before that video because
Sure.
more people are exposed to your video. So in a sense, it still helps. So why would you not search for that? And I know I'm kind of beating you with the same question.
No. It's fair. It's fair. Maybe it could be something that's just about I don't like chasing trends is another thing. Maybe that's something else about it. I don't want to do something that seems disingenuous to who I am purely to get a view. I'm very picky about that sort of thing. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it feels like sometimes with some of these people, they make things that they're doing something that's so completely not them that it's just that they could never replicate it. Meanwhile, with all my videos, it feels like it's all me all the time, and I can replicate that easily by just turning the camera on, putting down my mic on my headset, and going. You know?
Yeah, I get that. So, in a sense, when you say you're making videos for other people to enjoy, that
Mhm.
also entails you're making the videos you want to make to represent you.
In a sense, it's a two-way street. Sometimes it's things I come up with. Sometimes it's other people give me ideas, like you did with Rocket League. I recorded the Rocket League video. That's out there. There are some things that I just can't do at the moment that I might come back to. It's a mixture of things I want to do and things people tell me they want to see. If I can think of something to do with it, then I'll do it. But for the most part, it's me. That's all I want it to be. I just want it to be me at the end of the day.
You make good points. I mean, it's your channel. You got to do what you want. You got to do what you feel is right.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of all the YouTube-ish related things I have to talk about with you.
Okay. So how about real quick to turn this on its head? You mentioned that you did YouTube for a bit. Why don't we talk about that a little?
There's actually not much to talk about, but talk about it. Yeah.
That's
What do you want to
that's
know?
how they all start. That is how they all start. Oh, there's not much to talk about. 45 minutes later.
It's not. I mean, go ahead, knock yourself out. What do you want to ask?
Okay. When did you start your channel? What is the channel? Primary content, you know. Give a description.
Let me look at it. When did I do this? Your videos. I'm pulling it up right now. So, I posted 4 videos, and I was just using an Xbox Upload Studio to record myself playing Rocket League.
For you PlayStation
And I would
folks
just
out there, Share Factory. It's the same thing as Share Factory. PlayStation probably ripped it off, but you know.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know anything about PlayStation, but yeah, I just uploaded games because I thought I was good at Rocket League when I was platinum. I just uploaded it, texted my friends the link to my channel, and those are the main things. I have a 9-minute video, a 10-minute video, an 8-minute video, and a 30-second clip. No commentary, no music. It's just gameplay, and that's what I wanted to do.
So you were plat.
Yeah,
Was this like 6 years ago?
4 years ago.
How much did you play in 3 years? Jesus, this man's Grand Champ 2. We're talking about Rocket League, by the way. This man is, I don't know if you preface this.
I'm Champ 2, not Grand Champ 2.
Pardon me. Yeah, that's right. Those are two different things. Sorry.
But
Epic
the first video was uploaded January 8th, 2017.
Okay.
The last video was uploaded August 7th, 2017.
That is highly inconsistent.
Well, I had 2 videos in between.
In 7 months?
Yeah. I mean, like, I wasn't taking it seriously. Like, I talked about, like, I didn't take it seriously. I was just uploading whenever I wanted to upload, see what would happen.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah. Is that what you wanted to know about it?
I honestly don't know what I wanted to know. I mean,
there's not much to it. I'll just upload Rocket League stuff. Thought I could be a Rocket League YouTuber, but clearly I couldn't. I didn't have any equipment. I wasn't going to buy any equipment. I was very young at the time. Yep, that was my YouTube extravaganza.
Extravaganza.
Yep.
It was more like the YouTube equivalent of some weird on-off relationship. I was like,
after that, I've never thought about starting a YouTube channel. It hasn't come to mind.
But you have done Twitch.
I have done Twitch. That's just streaming from my Xbox. Just, either Warzone or Rocket League, whatever I was feeling that day. I did it for a solid 2 weeks. So I stopped because the setup got annoying. Internet got a little worse. It was still in the transition of when I was getting the better internet.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
But,
Also, setups. Yeah, I can go on about setups. I'll do that when I do the room review thing. When I do the room
Oh
tour
yeah,
thing.
you keep saying you have like a temporary setup,
Uh
but it's
huh.
been in all of your videos. How is it temporary?
I have to move it and put it away and set it back up every time I record
Why?
because it just can't stay in the same place. I use my bed as a table.
Oh, you're recording on your bed.
I am.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like on a desk. So
No,
what,
no,
what
no, no.
is your
That's
camera? The laptop camera? Or do you use your phone? What do you use
my phone.
for the webcam?
My phone.
Okay.
The webcam. This is a, this is a 7.5-year-old laptop. It was made in the fall of 2013. I know because I've looked it up. This thing's webcam is, I think, 360p. I think, and 4:3 resolution. It's not great. It's bad.
Do you plan on upgrading that laptop at any time?
I'm not gonna have a choice. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna get a new laptop? Are you gonna get a desktop?
I would prefer a desktop because I think they're.
When do you think that'll happen?
I don't know. I don't know. Wish I knew, but I don't know. All right, guys. I think we're gonna end that here. I think that was a good conversation. You think that was good, Caleb? I think that was a good conversation.
I think it's pretty good. It's been a while since we talked actually. Probably since
It's been 13 months.
see, I didn't even keep track of that. Like we've sent messages back and forth, but I
Well, it's because I know because the day the world stopped turning was the Friday before St. Patrick's Day. So
yeah, so
kept
it's been a
track.
while.
Yeah.
If it was kind of like rambly or stuff,
Uh, it
like
definitely it definitely rambles at points. I could tell when I was talking, and I'm like, oh my god, will I please shut up?
yeah, I mean this is the first one.
Yeah.
It's not doesn't matter. Only like 4 people
Huh.
are gonna see this.
You gotta establish, you gotta establish the precedent of what to expect. So you gotta make it decent. Of course, you don't know what you don't know, and you're not capable of doing what you can't do. You learn as you go.
But yeah, I mean we've before the podcast even started, we've been on a call for 4 hours.
Yeah, probably an hour when we
So
probably started.
yeah,
I think we did
well,
a
I
pretty good
mean,
job of making it up for the 13 months, didn't we? God.
yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, that's the end of the podcast for today.
I think that's the end of the first episode. Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure being on here, JT. Thanks for having me on today.
It's no problem, man, because it was your idea. So I think it was more we both went, that's a good idea. We should do that. Let's try this. And
What can I say?
now we have. I think this is, yeah, okay, we're going to go ahead. Let's end now. God. All right. See you guys next time. Deuce.